Dr. Follow-up segment tonight, more heat on the FBI over the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Today, Director James Comey again grilled by the House Judiciary Committee.
When you have 5 immunity agreements and no prosecution, when you are allowing witnesses who happen to be lawyers, who happen to be targets, to sit in on an interview, that is not the FBI that I used to work with.
I hope someday when the political craziness is over, you will look back again on this, because this is the FBI you know and love.
And joining us now from Washington, Jonathan Turley, who teaches law at George Washington Law School. So to me, and I'm looking at this from a very ill-informed viewpoint, I have to admit to the audience that I am not an expert on anything like immunity and all of that. But to me, it's looking more and more like the FBI booted this email investigation. Do you agree with that general statement?
Well, none of this makes sense to me. Not long ago, I said that Comey was within what we would consider prosecutorial discretion in not proceeding towards criminal indictments or charges. But these 5 immunity deals are very baffling. I mean, it's like playing a game of tag and nobody's it. It makes for a rather boring game when you give out immunity to people like Cheryl Mills. And her immunity deal I find it perplexing. I have no idea.
Ms. Mills, to tell everybody, is one of Hillary Clinton's top advisors, her attorney. A lot of the private emails went through her. She certainly knew that there was a controversy, and yet she gets immunity. So next to Hillary Clinton, Cheryl Mills would be the #2 target. So unless she's going to turn on Hillary Clinton, which she absolutely isn't because she's Hillary Clinton's attorney-client privilege, all right, why would you give somebody like Mills immunity? For what reason? She's not going to give you anything, so why immunize her? Why do that?
Well, frankly, I was floored when I found out they had given immunity to Mills, because she is, in fact, the most obvious target short of Clinton. She appears in all of these critical decisions at critical moments.
So you don't know, as an esteemed professor, you don't know why the FBI would give her immunity, and certainly Comey didn't explain it today, correct?
Well, Comey said that she said she would need immunity to turn over her laptop, which is particularly baffling. I mean, that laptop included what we now know.
Subpoena the laptop, right?
Right, and he said it would take too long, and that's odd. You know, Hillary Clinton was saying that her people were cooperating fully. The FBI was asking for a laptop that contained public information, and it turns out classified information.
All right, let's roll that Hillary Clinton soundbite right now.
I'm delighted that he has agreed to cooperate, as everyone else has, and I think that we'll be moving toward a resolution.
But not only did Ms. Mills, I guess she has cooperated, she did turn over the laptop after the immunity, but Brian Pagliano, who set up the server in the Chappaqua home, the private server, he got immunity too, and then he went to Congress. Congress subpoenaed him and wouldn't show up. This guy is going to be in contempt of Congress. I mean, is that cooperating?
It's not. And most of these agreements have an obligation to work with all branches of the government. And last time I checked, the United States Congress was part of the government. So Mrs. Clinton in March said that all of her people were cooperating. That's not true. It's flat out false, and we just proved it tonight. What about this guy, Paul Gambetta? He's the guy that erased a lot of the emails even after he was told that the Benghazi Committee in Congress wanted to see them. He deleted them anyway, and he still gets immunity. Right. Gambetta is particularly curious because you had a guy who reportedly admitted he knew Congress had issued a subpoena for this information. He said that he had a conversation with Clinton attorneys, and after that conversation, he destroyed the evidence Congress was looking for.
But wait, he destroys it. Everybody knows he did it. He knew that they were looking for it, and they give him immunity.
I think that's what's so curious about all this.
Curious?
Director Comey said, look, we were just giving out immunity to essentially low-lying fruit. Cheryl Mills is not low-lying fruit.
And neither is Gambetta. If he destroyed evidence that Congress asked for, that's not a minor thing.
Well, I think that the real problem with all of this is that it shakes credibility of the FBI. They said they wanted to build a criminal case. You don't build a criminal case by not only handing out the guy who's on the phone call with Clinton attorneys, who, by the way, invoked the privilege against self-incrimination, but then you give immunity to the person on the other end of that conversation.
I got to tell you, I don't know whether you follow the program or not, Professor, but I, in the beginning, told my audience that I trusted James Comey, the FBI chief. I no longer do. I don't believe that this is an honest investigation. I believe that this is political. I believe they never wanted to find out what happened, and that is what this country is facing.
Well, what concerns me most, Bill, is that I think that people view our country as having two systems of justice. And when you hand out immunity deals like this,
if it is corruption, it is corruption at the highest level. Professor, thank you. Plenty more ahead.